Assalamu alaikum. You stay down from here when you have visiting minister and let them say something. You here with us all the time. I was trying to sneak in here and hear visiting minister. You love your own home so well you don't want nobody to come in the door. Next time, let us listen to our visiting minister. Let us be seated. Assalamu alaikum. My dear beloved brothers and sisters, in the name of Allah, we are very happy to see each other smiling and frowning faces this afternoon. I don't say we have too many frowning faces, because I'm kind of sort of like a stage fellow. I make people laugh. I don't make them frown. Yes. I'm sorry that I'm a little later than usual. But I didn't want to come out here and look at the benches, chairs. So I would go somewhere else. I think I can get a crowd most anywhere if I tell them I'm here. We are living in the day of judgment, and that we are forever on that subject. We are not taking any subject what we don't add the judgment to it. We have been teaching on the theology of time. Of course, that is our subject all the time. The coming of Allah and the presence of Allah. We like to know, why should Allah come? What does He want with us? Why is it so important that He come in person? We must remember that we have been taught that God was a spirit, and that you can't see Him. A lot of our people believe, like you have it written there by the enemy, you can't see God and live. The God of freedom, justice, and equality is who we want to see to live. The God that we can't see is the God that won't let us live. First, I would like to say to you, we enjoyed for our visitor on yesterday the Sultan of Ethiopia. He had dinner with us, and we really had a big time. He was laughing when he come in, and he was laughing when he left. Oh, he's a great man. He and his company of interpreters of the English language for him, he was really happy. I'm going to try and visit him again. I have been to Ethiopia. Addis Ababa, they call it sometimes. We say Addis Ababa. And I'm going to his mosque. I looked at it when I was there, but I didn't go in. But if I go back to Ethiopia, I'm going to visit that mosque. It is the beautifulest, the most building there in the city. Excuse me. I guess I love to talk too much, and I always get the highway kind of choked up. So I told him next time I go to Ethiopia, I was going to visit that mosque of his. But after you get the new Islam that Allah is teaching us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, you're not so particular about going to hear Islam nowhere but among yourself. We have been here a long time, and America, not even known by our brothers where we was kidnapped from. So today we want to get acquainted with our old brothers to whom our enemies kidnapped us from, to bring us up in this, bring us out here in this wilderness of the nations of the earth. Of all the wilderness, this is the most wildest country and people there is on earth. We may say the jungle holds the wildest people. They actually is naturally wild. But this is a country supposed to be civilized and yet wild. So we are living in a country that the Bible calls the wilderness. It's a wilderness of sin. Not of refined civilization, but a wilderness of the worst evil and sinful people ever lived on the earth. People that have no moral love for self or anyone else. Terrible country. I have come here today to talk with you maybe on various things, not just one thing, but lots of things. I would like to know before I start how many visiting ministers do we have here? I don't care what kind of minister you are. I just want to know who I'm talking to. Will you stand, please, you visiting ministers? Regardless of what your denomination, church. Two. Oh, there should be more ministers here than that. It's only three. If you want me to visit you, you better visit me. I'm kind of an old fellow like this. I love to talk with you. I love to try to make friendship with you. If there's anything wrong with my preachings, tell me so. If there's anything wrong with yours, I'm going to tell you. If you have proof that yours is right, I will join you today. I won't go back and think it over. I will join you today. If yours is not mine, and yet it's right, then mine must be wrong. So I would join you today. But, brother, you will have to prove. I was brought up in a Baptist church. When I was a little boy, my father was a preacher at that time, and I was in his church. I used to sit on minister's lap because my grandmother, she would let me go up in the pulpit with my father, and he wouldn't run me out because I was a very spiritual little boy myself. I loved to hear people preach, but I didn't love to hear no one sing. When I was a little boy, 2 or 3 years old, going up there in the speaker stand with my father, when they started to singing, I would cry. They would frighten me. So my grandmother taking me out and giving me a spanking a couple of times, I learned to try to keep my mouth shut. I guess that's why I don't have no singing in my temple. The presence of God. First, the coming of God. The presence of God. What is the idea of God in coming? What is He coming here for? Why does He want to come to us since we didn't invite Him? We have never invited God to come to us, only in the wrong way. We wanted Him to come to us in our heart. What do we know that is going in our heart? If we never seen God, don't know God, if He come to us, how could He get to us since we don't recognize His presence? We have not been taught to look for a God coming in person. We have been taught to look for God coming in a spiritual form. Well, that's the kind of form we have been receiving. We've never seen God before in person. We always have been praying, singing, preaching for Him to come to us, but in the Spirit, but not in the person. Would we recognize Him if He come in person? No. We don't know Him like that. Well, how about praying for Him to come in the Spirit? That's a feel. Well, you can't name God feel. He tells us in Psalms to feel for Him. I'm a fellow, I like to go to the root of things. You have been praying for God to come. The majority of us. We pray that you come to me. Well, if we did not believe He would come in person, what are we praying for then? It's a feel. I want Him to hear my prayer, and I can feel him in my soul. Well, if the person comes to you, then in person, and tell you, I have heard your prayer, I'm here to answer it, then what? Why? You would say, no. I didn't sin for you. You look like me. Well, then, who would you accept? You know, we can have a lot of fun offering one another when we don't know the thing. I used to go to church, and the preacher would preach that hellfire. Looked like to me so plain I'd be afraid to go home. I mean, they could preach it in those days. Now that they have come far to light upon those who are not the righteous. Now you don't preach it much because you are a little guilty. You think you also would be one of them. Well, that's right. The older we get, the wiser we get in this civilization, and more understanding to that which we use to believe. The presence of God, how do we know when God is present? What is the ideal of God coming? He is represented by the prophet as coming, seeking his own. Who is his own? We used to believe this wrong. Anybody that has gotten forgiven for their sins, that's the way we used to believe. His own here, biblically and Holy Quran, is representing a people that is his own people. And that people had went astray from him. There are so many parables the Bible picks up to show an ideal of what the people look like and their characteristics. So we have been told by parables that we are like a man who had two sons. And the younger son wanted to go, leave his father, go into a far country, live to himself, out of the law of the family's life. So his father willingly let him go, for he knows the country and the people of that country. He knows one day the son will want to get back. And Jesus put the parable so clear. He said, last, in that land, where this son, who did not want to live under the good law of his family, a famine arose. And when the famine arose, he became in want. Could not get a job, could not get bread and meat, so he lifted up his eyes towards his father's house. He said, I will arise and go to my father. He said, I will arise and go to my father. He held great to spare. Why should I suffer here? He made up his forgiving words. I will say unto him that I'm not worthy to be called your son. Make me a servant. Don't tell them who I am in words he was saying, that I'm one of your sons. You're too great for a man like me to come in, reaching out for the respect of the family and other people by saying that I am your son. These are very beautiful scriptures. Very beautiful. I am not worthy to be called your son. Make me a servant of yours, not a son. I'm not fit for that kind of honor. The father said, oh, come on, son. I will represent you. So he got near the house. He still felt too cheap to go in the family's home. So his brother looked out and saw father coming up with this little bad, contrary son, his brother. He said, come on in. Let's make merry, for your brother has come home. He scorned the presence of his brother. He lived with rough and scandalous people. He said, as long as I've been here, you telling me now to kill the fattest calf we got? To make merry over this man who have been out among strangers? And he have committed all the acts these strangers have committed. And now I'm to represent and recognize him as being my equal. And I have not been in place. I have been with you always. Come on in, son. He could not see his way of taking that son, making him his equal guest in the house. No, I will not come in. And action, stay on out, dear son. I'm taking him in the house. He'd taken this son in the house and represented him to the family. And all the members of the family that would not bow to their brother, they was made servants of their brother that had been away a long time. When father saw they would not respect his word, and he being the power of the family, he said, sit him down over there. Put a crown on his head. Make him the ruler of the house. This parable represents you and me, that we have been a long time away from our native land and people. The enemy now has destroyed us, made us to act like himself and look like himself as near as possible, so that our people would not want to mix with us. But I said to you that a God of ours come out to meet us. The enemy had about destroyed us, taken away our identity. But nevertheless, our Father said, I will go out and meet him. Very beautiful. He looked and he saw his son coming a long ways off. 400 years is a long ways off. He said, this is my son. This is your brother, my son. I can't mix with that kind of brother. He said, listen, son, you all right? But this is your brother that went astray among strangers. I'll admit, son, he went astray. But I said, I went out and met him. He recognized now himself. He was lost from himself. But now I have found him. He was dead to the knowledge of self. But now I met him and I give him life. I kindly want to talk with you. When we knew anything, God was here with us. We didn't go out looking for him. He came seeking us. Which one loved the other the most? I will search the earth, he says, until I have found him. Then I will bring him again. Tell Abraham that I will go and bring them again. Right here in this same place where they left from. This is the prophecy he made to Abraham. Though he go astray, but yet I will go after him, and I will bring him again. He must have that which I promised you, Abraham, that I would give. I want to give him the earth. Strangers is ruling the earth. I want to give it to him. It's his earth. Abraham, I'm going after him. I'm going to search the whole earth until I find him. And those enemies that have him, I will bring him, but I will miserably destroy his enemies. So he have come and found us. Now he wants to take us by going to war with the enemy, to take you and me home again. To get the prodigal son to thinking over home. He went to wait on the land that he was in. In that land, the book says, a great famine arose. And the poor boy became in want. He couldn't get a job. He had nothing fit to eat, only what the hogs eat. In his father's house, they didn't allow a hog around there. Enemy know that. So he give him a job he know he didn't want. Go feed my swine. And the boy's religion was that he should not catch a swine, nor have a swine near him. He was a Muslim. I don't like this job, but I'm so hungry that I can eat the corn that the hogs is eating. Remember, brother, that is not past, that's to come here. These parables is directed towards you and me. But did God love his people? He loved that boy, regardless of his sin. He loved him. I'm going after him. I promised Abraham I would do so. I can't break my word with my friend Abraham. I must go after him. Very beautiful. Think over. We have been here for 400 years, never seeking Allah. Didn't know how to pray to Him to come to us. Now today, He touching the earth for His people. He finally found them. And He was like a man finding jewel or pearl, that He's not able to take the beautiful jewel in at that time due to the enemy that owned the jewel. He goes and he hides. And he goes and prepares to come against that land to take it. Now he's after the country. He's so powerful, well able to make battle with the enemy and overcome it. He set the clouds against him. He set the wind against him. He set the snow against him. He set the ice against him. He set his own friends against him. Makes it impossible for him to agree and get alone in peace with anyone. He's after it. So, after doing that, he goes and taps his farms. Send enemies, worms, bugs into his farms. Eat up his crop. He's a terrible God to fight. As Habakkuk says in his book of prophecy, he says he hoped that he would himself be hid. When he rises up and invades the people, he hoped he will be hidden. He's a warrior from the beginning. He was such a warrior in the beginning that when he made himself to appear out of darkness, he went to war within with the darkness by raising up lights to lighten up the darkness so the darkness could not triumph over him. He made a great light for himself. made his own house rotate so that it will stay in and out the light and make it a sign for us here today. Praise be to Allah. What was his ideal for coming to us spiritually to bring us out of darkness into his marvelous spiritual light? What do he want with a people who, like the prodigal son said he was, had not served God, but served the enemies? What do he want with us? He don't want us as we are. The Holy One says he will cause us to grow into a new glory, make us new again. This is to rid us of the mark of our enemies. That's a good God, isn't it? He hates the enemy so much so that he removes the scar or the coloring of the enemy from us and put us into a new glory. No more shall you go along with the scars of the enemy on you. Put you into a new growth and make you look like him. As the epistle of Paul says, we don't know what we will be like, but we will be like him. What does he want to come to us for? To take us and give to us that by nature belongs to us. We were brought from our home, falling and worshiping the enemy. Now the enemy has made us like himself, both spiritually and physically, so that God will not want us, but he do. It is written that he would seek, find us, and bring us back to our native people and country. But since the enemy has spoiled us, so much so, what do he want with such spoiled people? That will run from him, that will hate him, curse him out to his face, and keep the enemy in his glory, worshiping him as his best friend, while he is his worst enemy, murderer. What we are talking about here is the good of a God that loves you and wants you to be his people. What will you do for us? I will give you money, good home, and I'll make friends for you in all walk of life. I will destroy those that hate you and bring their kingdom to an end. You say I won't follow God like that? I say like the Holy One, oh foolish man, do you call me to believe in a God other than my God? No, no. What is your God doing for you? Nothing. Only trying to get you in trouble. After all of this glory that He offers to you and me, then some of us is too proud to accept it. But yet is in trouble, hungry, half naked, and living in old, broke down, worn out houses. But you rather stay there and worship the enemy who are depriving you of a good house to live in, just to have him to smile and say, you're doing fine for him, but not for yourself. I said we should wake up. Look, as the Bible teaches us, He came to save His people. Save them from their sin, not charging them with the sin of their enemies, but forgive them because they was not at fault. It was the enemy who deceived them, made them to worship that which they know not what. Yeah, He says, submit to me, He says. I will sit you in heaven at once. You don't have to wait like the enemy teaches you to do. Wait until you die. No, you already have died. I'm saying this to let you know how much love that God has for a people that don't love Him, don't even know Him, don't want to learn who He is. It is awful that want to sit them in heaven at once. Well, where's your proof? I'm the proof. I'm in heaven myself. You follow me, you will get in heaven too. In heaven is a place where you don't want for nothing that you cannot reach. You get what you want of good. Yeah, brother and sister, that's right. We have to remember that while we are trying to learn to crawl and walk into the path of truth, justice and equality, we must not to forget our duties to self. If we see a brother or sister sick and trying to recuperate, try and help them. All of you Muslims, help your brother and sister. When you find them sick and unable to help themselves, to help, go to them. See what you can help them with that they need. Don't be ashamed. Don't be stingy. Go and open up your purse and help that brother, sister that is unable due to sickness to help themselves. Don't send them to me. You have an act of everyone you find, send him to the messenger to give him some money. You have money like the messenger. Where do you think I get mine? You give me mine. Now, when the poor brother and sister is sick, you go give them some of that same. Help them. This has been coming to me too much. So I had the secretary write it down so I would not forget it. You go and learn that the brother or sister is sick, you come right directly to me to tell me, indirectly help that when they're sick. Why don't you help them? So I want you to remember when you go to your sick brother or sister's home, give them something yourself and don't come hurrying and get back to my home to tell me so-and-so is sick. Go help them. But you didn't help them. Do that to others that you desire. Done unto you. I've been intending to tell you about this. I'm the first one, like a physical doctor. You notify me so-and-so is sick. Now you go help because I need my money. Now you stop that. No, we're going to need you out of the presence of us. When you was in the church, I remember I was sitting there looking at you taking up a contribution for your sick. Continue to do that for your helpless people. Or let the brother know so-and-so is sick. They won't say the other word, but they mean he'll give them something. And I won't have to give them nothing. Now you go give brothers something and come tell me, brother so-and-so is sick, and I left all I could there with him to help him until he's well. But no, you makes a way to try to find the messenger. Go tell the messenger so-and-so is sick, for him to give him. Well, all I have to give is what you give me. Well, if you're going to give it to me and want me to give it to the sick when they get sick, then where is your charity for the sick? You go and help them yourself, like you did when you was over there in the church. Do that. And don't be looking up the messenger. You know I will do so, but you do so first. We are a people that is so backward in that which we should be doing for self that it makes it hard for a leader to lead you. We want you to know that coming into Islam is coming into a people that do what the law of righteousness teaches to do. Never to forget your brother or sister. Sneaking around, going around the other block to keep from going by his home. Afraid that you should give him something. Well, that's what righteousness and justice will do for you. It will remind you of the good things which you should be doing and the evil things which you should be leaving off. Islam is not here for you and me to take advantage of our brothers. It's here to bring us closer to our brothers and to our sisters. If we don't love one another, then how can God love? It will remind you of the good things which you should be doing and the evil things which you should be leaving off. Islam is not here for you and me to take advantage of our brothers. It's here to bring us close to our brothers and to our sisters. If we don't love one another, then how can God love us? If we ask God to help us, and then with that help we won't help one another, He should not help us. I want you to remember that the day have arrived when that we all must be separated and go for self. This day is now fast approaching us, and we are living in it. I want to teach you how to go for self as Allah guides me into the knowledge of how to teach and train you to go for yourself. I want you to remember this is my greatest job, to teach you how to go for self. We are now farming in nearly every aspect of life. We are farming and trying to grow meat, bread, and everything else that we need to keep hunger and nakedness from taking hold of us. I'm now near gotten in with our nations of the earth to help me to see that you are close, help see to you not going hungry. Yes. I have now made such trades with the nation that I can assure you that if you follow me and do as I tell you to do, you will not hunger, nor will you go naked. But I warn you to stay out of my path of trying to make a way for you. I warn the nation of ours that if they see you coming with a bread basket to buy from them, I will stop and cut the plan short that I have made with you, and I also will become an enemy of your country. Yes. See that you don't live so happy. We cannot be successful in feeding and clothing our 30-odd million people here in America with anyone of that 30 million can grab up a basket and run over to the wholesale house and tell them to give me mine separate. So, yes, sir. They and myself have talked over this. And they have told me how that you want them to serve you. I told them, go ahead and do it if you want to. I said, but you may find yourself clashing with me again. I am, as it is written, the right hand of God. And as this Holy Quran teaches you and me, that Allah says in it that He and His apostle is not to be overcome. No, we are not to be overcome. We are together like life rings. And that if you try to overcome us, He will send death among you. This Holy Quran teaches the messenger. Do you not see that I have sent death among you? We are not to be overcome. He did that in Moses' time with Israel. He sent death. The Bible says a death angel went around. And that was a very trying time. Remember, that is directed at you here. Reminding you of what I did to an enemy like you. It's to warn you I will do the same to you. Go to them, Son of Man, and call upon them to hear the word of the Lord. They're not going to hear you, because they would not hear me. But call on the winds. Tell the winds to come and blow on these slings, that they may live. That means war, fighting, revolution, bloodshed. Don't lose sane way of thinking in these trying times. Don't get so happy off from the devil's war of foolishness, lest you find yourself like the Sodomites, waking up in a rumbling earthquake and a fire home. He's telling you how that God is punishing him here and there. He's warning you of how the earth is trembling in certain places in this country. You know you're not going to pay any attention. You're not going to pay that any attention until it's trembling in Chicago. This is the type of people Sodom and Gomorrah had. I say, my beautiful brothers and sisters, judgment is after America. America is in the throes of divine attacks. They know it. They know I'm preaching right to you. But they know that you are not going to believe until they tell you to believe. And that'll be when that you're all watched up. One was bold enough to tell me, isn't this true, Elijah, that your people will not believe, none of you leaders of theirs, unless we put our own finger of approval on what you say. I say it has been. But I meant to let him know it won't be like that from now on. Then he told me, he said, Elijah, I'm sorry. Well, you seem to have a big job. I said, who made it a big job? Was it me or you? He laughed it off. You know, they can rip your heart open, telling you something they have done to hinder you from being successful in uniting your people to the God of mercy and truth. Burn you up. They now made him like that and then laugh at you trying to make him other than that. But Allah has come in person, brothers and sisters. He's with me and I'm with him. He's angry with the wicked world, so am I. As it is written, they both was angry, for the wrath had come. It was time to get angry, because the enemy was trying to prevent the dead from rising. God and His messenger is here for that express purpose. It is to see that they rise. Regardless to opposition, they must rise. God intends to make a new nation out of us, not to keep us like we are now. Some may say, where are we going? You don't need to go no place. Hell is made by the people and not by the nature of our reactionary earth. No, we makes the hell and we makes the heaven. What is hell? It's a place of where that people is disagreeable to live with in peace. Heaven is a peaceful place where people live like they would like to live for themselves. That is, in peace. Every man would like to enjoy peace, though he breaks the peace and cause discontent in the community. But now he would like for himself a contented place. We want to see about all of that, my God and myself. Some of them say, I want to go to heaven. You make heaven where you are. There is no such a thing as a certain place that we call heaven, only that place where man makes a peace for himself and the good of the great abundance of nature pouring down to him his wants. We remove evil and the cause of evil. Then we are making a heaven there. The earth has always been at peace with itself. But the people on the earth is the one that is not at peace. As the Bible in Quran teaches us, He created the heavens and the earth in peace. We don't hear one planet up there racing at the other one, trying to destroy it, destroy the other planet. No, they are at peace with each other. When one seems to drop into space, losing his hold in the orbit of space, this is done for signs Not that they voluntarily do these things. They're ordered by God to do these things to show us signs of our own selves. The book of the Starry Canopy is put there for us to learn the wisdom of Almighty God, the Creator. And that is a great lesson. We can study the wisdom that's in the canopy over our head all our lives and follow after it, and we will be a blessed people. Why it is so hard for us to accept the God of goodness, freedom to do the will of good. We are here got to move the hindering cars out of our way. That's the 6,000-year-old enemy that Yaakov made to be an enemy. Now Allah is pushing them together to destroy them at once. You, by right and justice, and myself was created to rule the heavens and the earth. And when we find a disobedient one in our midst, we are to remove him out from among us. They have arrived that the blue-eyed devil must go. Talking with the Sultan of Ethiopia yesterday at my home. He was a big, heavy fellow, but he was not much taller than I am. But, oh boy, he was much larger than I am. But we had a big time. You never dream of having such peaceful and loving time with your brothers abroad than these that here living next door to you. Did you know we live next door to each other, hardly ever speak to each other? Someone lived way across town, come up and asked us, do Mr. Brown live here? And we didn't never know he was named Brown, because we don't associate with him. We don't act like brothers of each other. One move in a neighborhood of the others. Very seldom you'll find our people going over trying to get acquainted with them to show to this new neighbor that I'm your neighbor here. You have moved among us. We want to live in peace and love and friendship here together, and I'm over anxious to get acquainted with you. We don't do nothing like that. We can live here side by side, next door, for years, never know each other's name. This is terrible. That shows you how divided we are, and how much love we have for ourselves. We don't have any. White fellow living next door, we want to get acquainted with him so we can show him what a fool we are is to love him. It can make me so sick to hear our people speaking to the devil living next door when he's yard. How you do, Mr. So-and-so? How you do, Mr. I live next door to the devil, but they never find me coming out morning nor evening trying to get a chance to speak to them. I'll never speak to them unless they speak to me. I'm not seeking their love, no friendship whatsoever. No, don't want it. That's right. So, brothers and sisters, poor little fellow, don't have enough love to spare to an enemy for one all the love I can to give to my brother. The Sultan of Ethiopia, who visited us, dined with us on last evening, was a very fine man. Or rather is a very fine man, he's yet alive. We must school our own children. How can we create love and unity among ourselves, continuing to divide ourselves up with the destroyer of peace and unity among us? When we accept Islam, put your children in the Islamic school. Never teach our people to love and respect self as long as we send them to a troublesome devil school. The school of the land is at war with school, which is not of Islam. They tried to break us up. So there was babies at the game store all showing them how to break a people up. They have not had no peace since they tried to destroy our schools. They can't get money enough to pay off the teachers, even with our help in tax. Our school, we have plenty of teachers. Yeah, we have so many teachers that we could hire some hours to them if they had the money to pay for it. Everywhere we begin teaching the belief in Allah and His true religion, Islam, puts us scuffling for a place to build up a school for ourselves, for our children. Foreign merchandise. I want to get foreign merchandise for you and me, not for wealth, but to save you from giving your wealth away to your enemy here for his high-priced merchandise. I'm putting in an order for you for 2 or 3 shiploads of food and for merchandise to wear, clothes you. You are following me up everywhere I go to try to get the same people to sell to you personally. You don't want that Elijah's order. I want some for myself. How come you can't sell it to me like that? They're complaining and I'm complaining. So this week we agreed that they will not sell you nothing. unless you put the order in with me. They wonder how in the world you're going to ever get along, being so divided. Everything that you see one do, you like a crab. You jumped on his back to put him down. I can get you all you want from the nations of this earth and get it cheaper than you can get it, because you're not going to buy that much. I want to buy by the shipload. You want to buy by the hundreds and thousands of pounds. I want to get hundreds and thousands turns. The nations have offered me a very, very reasonable price on all merchandise coming to us. But at the beginning I was willing to let you know where I was looking forward to get that people to sell to you and me at a very, very low price. But I found out as soon as I get it out of my mouth, you flies over there to get your separate. You don't want to order with me. We're talking on this, brother, and I don't know who's going to win, but I think I'm going to win. If I was like you, and I see you being helped by the nations of the earth into millions of dollars, I would say to you, let me live under your flag. For you can't do that. You can't go over to your people of the earth and ask them for $1 million and they will give it to you. They look at you and want to know, who are you? Asking people to give you $1 million to that, to $50 million and $100 million to help these people here out of this trouble and mud that they are in. You can't do that. I can do that for you. Why not trust me? You know it, but you want deep in your heart to get something yourself to rob self. You want to rob your people. Why not you get out of that old stubborn devil way, one to rob each other? I think the enemy have robbed us all enough. Not for us to look at one another, seeking whether there's a little meat left on the bone to try to skin off. Don't do that. Let's get together and keep anybody else from cleaning our barn. This is what I'm trying to do for you. I'm trying to help you. Well, you're trying to help yourself. Certainly. If I help you, I am helping myself. Being suspicious is a bad, bad disease. Especially when you are suspicious of a man of God that have raised him up to lead you in to a better life. I want to see you living in heaven where you once lived in hell. I want to see you acting by each other as though both were brought up in the same family. and by the same father and mother. That's what I want for you. God has made me to love you as He loves you Himself. I want to see you blessed. Not proud, but blessed. You don't want to let me and my God bless you into salvation out of the poverty-stricken condition that you're in now. And getting worse every day. No job. The government is afraid to let their soldiers return home because they don't have no job. The country is going down, down, down. And you can see it falling. But yet you believe that in that fall you have salvation. Stick around, brother. I want to see heaven given to you divinely, as the prophets prophesied that you would receive from God in the judgment. You would be given a land for yourself. It is Allah's own goodwill, says the Bible, to give thee the kingdom. You to thee, and the kingdom is America. Don't scorn me. Don't be suspicious of me. You can't win by being suspicious. You've got to trust someone. Allah shows you proof that He's with me by bringing fulfillment of that which is written by the prophets of your Bible. Look and see, He tells the prophets. They all come to thee. Not that you have the power to force them in love and submission to you, but I will do that. Because you love me, and I love you. And I'm going to make all of them to love you. I'm going to make all of them to bow down. I'm going to clothe you like one clothing another with a garment. They shall hear of thee, and they shall come from afar. They bow down. That's right. Those that come from afar, they bow down. And they submit. And ask the Lord to continue to bless Elijah, because He's the one. Whatever you desire, Elijah, ask for it and it'll come. That's what he told me from his mouth right here in this city. You will get it, he pointed down to the street. You will get it right here. Whatever you want. I don't want nothing but the freedom of my people and the earth that they're on. This is our earth, not the blue-eyed Caucasians. He didn't give him not so much as a square foot of this earth. No, God didn't give the devil nothing but time. Now his time is up. And we don't wait for him to move. We unite with God and move him ourselves. We want to enjoy just that which is ours. Ours by nature is the earth. How can the white man claim the earth or any part of it when that he had no part in the creation of it? I'm about to take a try at you with fishing clothes coming from the outside. I'll try you with that which you eat so that I see how you will go along with me there. Then other vowel things for our work of building up a world for ourselves will follow. I can get you all the fish that you want to eat of the best kind, far less than the price that you're paying. So I'm ordering a shipload to try you to see will you buy your own good fishes at a very reasonable price. I'm scattering the order throughout the country. Taste these fishes and stop buying them from your enemy. Within less than 30 days, we're going to be delivering these best and tasty fishes from New York to San Francisco. And they are so reasonably priced. We are paying enough for a pound of fish to buy a shirt. That's right. Think over $1 and $1.25 a pound for good fish. That's terrible. I'll get you 4 or 5 pounds for that. I would like to say to you from this stand that I have set for you now every type of merchandise that you need at 1/3 the price that you are paying for it now. We want to do away with our robber. You can't do away with the robber unless you can come under his price. So, by my law, I have the world behind me. Everything that you need, I can get it for you far less than you can get it from elsewhere. It is being set up for you now. Some of this merchandise we are able to give to you within the next 2 or 3 weeks, less than a month. Those fine clothes, those fine shoes, I can get you those fine shoes for less than 1/9 of the price. Yes, I can tell you where I'm expecting to get a shipload of them, but I'm not going to tell you. Because you'll go there with a market basket asking for it to be filled at the same price. You are terrible people to have. You'll sit here and laugh and say, that's right. And before I can get home, you have told all the enemies what I said. Then he goes to put up a blockade again, like he did to Japan. He told him all that I had said concerning the trade with Japan for you. The enemy went over there, set up a higher tariff on everything to make it hard for us to get anything. We would have to pay a large price. But now we broke that down. Allah, we are many people, and he's only a few. So we broke it up, but we don't have to go to Japan. We have lots of people. And they all have coat smoke, most of them. I'm in a position put there by God to help you. And that I am now in that position, I can help you. Not to rob you, but help you to live easy. From Atlantic to the Pacific, we are gathering the necessity of yours to sell it to you at such reasonable price that you'll be frightened, thinking that you are buying inferior goods. But you're not buying inferior goods. It's just people that would like to do justice by you. We have just about completed our order for various types of fishes that will be in here pretty soon, and they are way below the price that you are paying. Will you buy them when we get them? Thank you. You'll find some of these fish on your markets in New York to San Francisco now in a few days. We're ordering them by the shipload, and you're going to have, well, we're ordering about 500,000 tons each. And that is a lot of fish. But you'll eat up more of them and bang your plate with a knife or fork telling the waiter to come on with some more. If it's not the best deal that you ever been offered, I will give you the fish. Pay for myself. Yes, we have some great things in store for you, but we are afraid to tell you everything because you tell the enemy. As soon as we tell you what we are trying to do for you, you got to take it over to the enemy, see what he think of it. We'll put a stop to that some of these days. We are tired of trying to help self and you jumping up, destroying that fellow. Oh, envy and jealousy is the worst enemy that you could house. Just try housing envy and jealousy. Worst that you could house. That's our greatest trouble, like it was with Cain and Abel. Cain couldn't stand to see Abel being respected by God. So he goes out and kills Abel so that God's respect will be for him only. This is the way you are. You want to destroy the success coming to your brother, whom that brother wants to share with you. But you've not got time to wait. You are envious and jealous of him. If I can't get it now for myself, I will destroy that he's getting. We are well aware of your intentions, and with the help of Allah, we intend to beat this old thing out of our people's hearts of being jealous and envy of each other. I got to have what he has. I can't wait for it. I want it right now. We got to find ways to destroy that kind of evil. That's an evil that will never let the nation rise. So we are after destroying it. We have learned how to get under and get at the roots of it. So, my beloved brothers and sisters, in my conclusion, I have enjoyed talking with you here. But I want you to remember, cargoes of merchandise is now being prepared to ship in here within the next 30 days. They are not one kind, they are food and clothes, shoes, for you at a price that you never dreamed that you would get such merchandise for such low price. So stick around. My word is gone. I have grieved and cried a many times over the way that we are being treated by this devil. Today Allah have spared me to live to lay hold to the handle that won't break off with us. Good old eaten fish in good clean water, not in poison water of the devil, but in good clean healthy water, where the fish can go healthy. We are chasing them to give to you the best, that the Bible may be fulfilled, wherein it says that because of Joseph being sold from his brothers into strangers' hands, let all good things come to Joseph. Everybody wants to see us enjoying the good things of the earth, but ourselves, we rather let the enemy rob and destroy us, take our lives from us day and night, than to turn and go to our God and His religion and to our people whom we are true brothers of. We rather die at the hand of our enemies being mistreated by them, and help them to destroy us. Well, I say you're going to be delusional. I'm with Allah for you, and I will fight you if you fight against me. With the help of Allah, we're going to stop you from opposing each other. You know, the Sultan from Ethiopia yesterday, he was so happy to learn what I'm teaching you that the man was just, he was just almost shouting. Yeah, you were there to see him. These people want to see the West and black man get up out from under the feet of his enemy, go for himself, and unite with them so they can unite with you. Get you into your own holy nation's name and get out of the name of the devil. Stop calling yourself by his name. We will give you a name. My God, and myself, as he have taught me, is the we I'm referring to. I can give you a name, and it'll be recognized all over the world. But I don't want to try to make you think that I'm God myself. But I can do that, and he will recognize that which I give to you, because he has taught me. Our fish will be in here soon. Our clothes for the winter will be in here soon. And in the markets you will find them. We're going to build on the east side of Cottage Grove centers that you can buy these things like you want to, warehouses. And we're going to move on out into another area we are trying to get from devil. He promised to let us have it, which will just suit us. Good place to build up a little town of selling off merchandise to you that you will like. But I can't tell you where it is. I have gotten from the rich people of Asia an offer to let me have what I'm asking for. It takes around $100 million to get going like we want. They promised to let me have it. I received a telegram last night from one of my agents over there. He was very happy. He said everything looks pretty. Everything. He was happy. I know his language. And I believe that he has struck it rich. Unite with me I don't ask you to wait and see whether your union with me would bring you any good or bad. Look and see what we are doing. If we don't look like we are prospering, don't join on to us. But if you see that we are prospering, I say you will be wise to join on to us. Think over the building that you're sitting in, costing us $4 million. And now, building up on the outside around $1.5 million improvement. We will have it in your eyes now pretty soon. The improvement that we're going to make on this ground. You're love it. We want to make heaven where hell has been. Bank your money with us. We will give you 10-cent interest. You can draw it out tomorrow if you want it. Yes. We are able to back up every dime that we receive from you. You can come right back the next day and draw it out if you want, to show you that what you put in our bank would not break us if you want it back. Our bank, we're going to announce to you where it is now pretty soon. We're getting the bank of our own. Well, at this time, I'm going to say to you that I have really enjoyed myself here looking in your faces, because your faces show to me that you are ready to rise up and do something to God. I told God out of my own mouth, and it's written, that I will give my life, if it's necessary, to see you free going for yourself. I will do that. I love you. Thank you for your presence here this afternoon. And I pray to Allah that He will escort each and every one of you to return to the places of your abode, and let us try to meet as often as we can, not only on a Sunday. Every day is Sunday with us. Be on your watch for good and better fish. Be on your watch for good and better clothing. Be on your watch for good and better machinery to work with. I thank you. May the peace of God go with you. As I say unto you, as I turn you back to the minister, Assalamu alaikum.